if you go on the internet and you search for lists of the 50% most popular words that occur in the Quran, or the 85% most popular words that occur in the Quran, they'll give you a list of 150 words, and they'll give you a second list of maybe 400 to 500 words, and they're used 85% of the time. There's 78,000 words in the Quran, and there's 400, 500 words that account for 85% of them. Now, to take that list and to spend time on it and individually memorize those words, that's okay. And you can find this stuff freely available on YouTube, on the internet. And I've looked into it. While I'm creating these videos, I've started looking into it. And I went to ChatGPT and I said, I have the Stories of the Prophets 1, this little green book, and the Stories of the Prophets 2. So in this little green book, there's a story of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, which is half the book. And then there's a story of Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, which is the other half of the book. And the story of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, which is the first half of the second volume. And I took all of that text and fed it into ChatGPT. And I said, now map this onto the frequency list that's on the internet, the 50% list, and also the 85% list. So it didn't know the 85% list, but it knew the 50% list. And it said I can say conclusively that the entire 50% list is swallowed up by the Qasas. It's swallowed up. There's not a single word within that 50% list that does not appear here dozens of times. So if anything, the frequency that attached to the words within that list is maintained within this book here. And then a good portion, between 80 and 90% of the larger list, the 85% list, is also quote unquote swallowed up by the Qasas book. So this is vocabulary. So by the end of the first 6 months, when you've done the first Qasas and the second Qasas, you will know 85% of the words that are used in the Quran. And I can prove this with data. And I just showed you the process. And you can run the process yourself and verify it for yourself. That 85% of the words that are used in the Quran are used in these first two Qasas books. And not only will you know them, but you will know them intimately. For every singular, you know the plural. For every verb, you know what paradigm it belongs to, what bab it belongs to, like nasara yansuru, daraba yadribu, sami'a yasma'u. And if it's an advanced paradigm, which one is it? And you'll know a lot. So it's not just a surface level translation of every word, but you know how the word is used, and you know the properties of the word, whether it's masculine, whether it's feminine. And with respect to the verbs, you know the irregularity category, because verbs could also be irregular. And if there's changes that occur within the verb, you would know what those changes are, and you'd be able to explain them. You'd be able to trace the verb back to its original, because it's all Sarf. And we teach this within the premium program, so that 85% list is swallowed up by this vocabulary. So this is how we teach vocabulary. So people that say that all you do is teach grammar and you don't teach vocabulary, they don't know what they're talking about. So vocabulary needs to build organically, and I just explained to you how that's done. It's done through reading books like this. So we're teaching grammar, we're teaching morphology, and we're mastering these topics, like to the point that you get the final outcome. Like, I mean, why study grammar if you can't parse a sentence? If you can do that, and if you can do that for every sentence, then that means that you've achieved half of the benefit of grammar, and the other half is to be able to read without vowels, without harakat. Again, people, they create videos that how to read Arabic without vowels. Such videos normally have a lot of views, like 100,000 views, 200,000 views. And then when you open up the video, it's full of gimmicks and tricks, and there's nothing substantial. They don't teach you how to read without vowels. What they'll do is they'll throw up a paragraph in English that the vowels have been removed. And they'll say that, okay, pause the video and read this paragraph and tell me how you did. So what they're doing is they're doing comment baiting. They're trying to get engagement within the comments. But it's a false analogy. It's got nothing to do with being able to read Arabic without vowels. Now, reading Arabic without vowels depends on being able to do what we're doing. To parse the sentence, be able to figure out from where to where is the sentence, where does it start, where does it end, and then segment the sentence into its major portions and understand the phrase level relationships. So the first step would be to go underneath this video, follow the link, and do the 3-hour workshop. And if you've already done the 3-hour workshop, I would suggest doing it again one more time, because there's an incredible amount of teaching in those 3 hours. Because in the beginning, the student just needs to know how that language works.